TK Harris at the Camp Kennerk podcast. It's Sunday, it's sports, and it is time for no noise baseball. Yeah, check this out. The Louisville Bats did something not too long ago that created a sellout crowd, national attention, and everyone loved it. And what is that? No noise during the game. That's right. No promotions, no jumbo screen kiss cams, no dot races or whatever, mascot races. All they had was silence, except for the organist. You never got the music for when the player walked up to the bat or when the pitcher had to leave. So it was you could actually sit and talk to your friends there at the game. Now, why did they do this? Well, it was just a promotion. They just thought, well, what could go wrong? Well, nothing went wrong. They had a great sellout crowd. They sold a bunch of concessions, and the fans loved it. So they've been doing it for 4 years now. And July 18th of this year will be the fourth annual. So here's the deal. It's called Nothing Night. And you just enjoy the silence. Imagine this. You're sitting at the game, and it's a bases loaded, 2 men out. You can actually hear the coaches yelling instructions to the players. There's no sign language. You don't have to wonder what's going on. You can hear it because it's quiet and they yell. It's loud. So that really brings a whole new vision of how baseball can be interpreted. You could sit there and you say, now, why'd that third base coach make that signal? Or why was he telling this base runner to do that? You're in the game. You are in the game. You're not just part of a visual sight for 3 hours. So, Doug the neighbor, we've all been to a lot of baseball games. I guess the only way that we could actually feel the sensation of a no noise game is if we had earmuffs on that block the sound like they do use for construction. And are you going to go get some earmuffs for the next game so you could experience the no nothing event?
PK, that is a great baseball stat, minor league stat. How did you find it? Where was the
Oh, I
inspiration?
just made it. I just made it up.
I know you didn't. You're not that way. Well, maybe.
Well, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Right, right, right.
So, no, I just go in and do my research and find as different type of promotions that go on in sports and around the world that you know people just tidbits of information that they could go to the water cooler on Monday and say, hey, check this out. Maybe our team needs to do that.
Well, it's very innovative. And yes, when we go to a ball game, you're going with your pal, you sit there, you have a dog, you have a cold one, and you want to talk to your buddy. And it's a great way to pass time, PASS time, pass time. And it's very enjoyable when you're not getting bombarded with music, dancing, everything. And that's very innovative. And let's keep a score on or keep an update at how this proceeds, because you and I know that baseball is a great sport, and that's very innovative, different in its time.
Well, obviously it works because this July will be their fourth annual game. So they
Of
use it
nothing night.
of nothing night.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, I've always thought that Major League, and of course in the minors, if they spent a little bit more time on the Jumbotron or whatever, honoring some of the past players,
Yeah.
maybe just their stats, maybe a little quick video of where they are now,
Hmm.
that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Go, Toby Harrah, go Texas Rangers, or
Yeah.
some of the greats, Nolan Ryan, go Texas Ranger, what he's doing now, little vignettes and videos because then that creates a legacy and you're remembering the legacy so that why you're a Texas Ranger fan because, oh, I saw Nolan play or something that. Yeah.
Especially if you get a picture of them in their rookie year in minor leagues. That's
All right,
always
right.
fun. That's
Yeah,
always
right
fun.
off their
Big
baseball
long
card.
hair, big mustache.
Yeah, absolutely true. And I'm always surprised that on the major leagues and the minor leagues, on a particular night or something, they don't remember somebody's birthday. You
Hmm.
know, it's
Yeah,
Duke Snyder's birthday or it's
yeah.
Babe Ruth's birthday. That's
Hmm.
simple things like that. Like when we do our double dates for each month, we
Hmm.
bring up some interesting birthdays. Oh, okay, that sort of stuff. So, anyway, that's really a good stat. Uh, and it's what, July 18th, the
Yes,
Louisville
yes.
Bats.
Little Triple A team. Um, Make sure I check my notes here. 8th, July 8th. So it's just a couple weeks away.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's terrific. Now, this is our 95th podcast. This is our sports podcast. And I am prepped. I got my Texas Ranger hat and I got a little surprise down here, of course. And a little lower, it's nothing. So, anyway, tonight or right now, I wish to can bring up a subject concerning our top of possum trot flipper walk that we had yesterday. You were very kind for us to talk about it. It's our flipper walk where we walk up possum trot and those two vicious hills to raise money for Dell children, and we do it in scuba flippers, so it's a pretty big deal. And you asked a good question at how donations can be made, and we have you have a picture of it or a link at how we can do that.
Yes, I'm putting it up right now.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
There,
Yeah,
got it done.
thank you very much. Now let's move on to sports. You got your coffee?
Right here, buddy. Liquid
I got
confidence.
mine right here too. Mm-hmm. All right, now Texas Rangers. Oh, no, first off, let's back up a little bit. The Spurs last night.
That's the best joke I've heard all week.
Well, when you're down 29 points and you lose, and then when you're down, excuse me, you're up 29. Let me rephrase it. You're up 29 points and you lose. And then you're up 16 points and you lose. Oh my
Well, I
God.
guess what they need to do is they shouldn't lead the game. They should just be 1 point behind, all right, for the last minute. Then that way it takes the mystery of how bad they're going to drop the bomb on a poor performance. That's
Uh,
TK Irish. That's TK Irish's philosophy in sports. You don't
well,
want to be
coaching
ahead.
was
You always want to be a little bit behind.
well, why they come to us is because we have this free advice for $1.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Wemby's a young guy. He's a solid guy. A great organization there in San Antonio with the Spurs. He's going to be there a long time. They'll be back to the finals. We know that. But congratulations to the Knicks. And boy, my phone's going to start ringing here in about 15 minutes. Oh my God. All my pals back in New York. Just,
Well,
oh my
you might want to think about they may be calling you in about 6 or 8 hours after they wake up.
That's true too, and I'll never hear the end of it. Never hear the end of it. But anyway, congratulations to the Knicks. Unbelievable. Now I was in New York City, and I guess it was '94 when the Rangers won the Stanley Cup, and they do the parade through the Canyon of Heroes, which is right up Broadway. That is really, really impressive. That is really, really impressive to know that your team, won
Yeah, yeah.
in
Well,
New
I
York.
know when the Rangers won the World Series, when they had that, they had over 400,000 people show up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's something. So congratulations to the Knicks on that, and back to the drawing board for the Spurs. I think they got a top-notch team. Try and keep it together. It was just frustrating.
Yeah,
maybe a little practices on defense. Don't you remember in little and bitty basketball where they say, "Get your hands up"? You never see that in the pros.
Yeah.
Get your hands up.
Yeah. Believe me, I had that preached to me before I could even walk. Hands
Yes, and
up,
right now,
shuffle. Yep.
and in the pros, when someone drives the paint, somebody just kind of goes like
Yeah.
that. Get your hands up. Anyway,
Mhm.
all right, we need to proceed here. The Texas Rangers, okay, they are third in the American League West and behind Seattle and the Athletics. They're 2 games back, and they're on a 5-5 run, so they're just doing okay. Right now, they're in Boston, and they've lost two to Boston, and then it's a getaway game today. Okay, so they're doing okay. Would like to see them do a little better. They're going home, and then they're going to play. It's an odd schedule. They played 2 games against Minnesota, then they got the Wednesday off. I don't know what it is. Oh, you know why? It's soccer on Wednesday.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes, England playing somebody. I have my soccer fan list. I'm not into soccer, but I got fans who are soccer people. So when I
Mhm.
chat with them, they fill me on it. Joe
Yeah.
from over at Juice Land he's a big Mexico fan, and AP is a big England fan, and she's going to the English fan zone over at Fair Park. So she's going to that,
Mhm.
taking a bus on up and
Big opportunity there.
yeah, yeah. So there you go. Now the Chihuahuas. Oh, let me change hats here. The Chihuahuas, my team, the El Paso Chihuahuas. Okay, now they are third in the Pacific Coast League East behind Oklahoma and Albuquerque, and right now they are playing the Round Rock Express here in town, and they've won 4 games. They're no, they've won. Yeah, they've won 4 out of the 6. So they're doing real well right now, and they're hitting. Their hitting is 288. So they're doing real well, and they've smacked 93 home runs in 68 games. So they've stolen 73 bases. So this is a team that's hitting the ball and aggressive on the bases, and that's what we like to see. Okay. Now, the opponents, the pitching. Now, here's the pitching. Here's the problem. Their ERA is 6.44, which is kind of high for a team, and the opponents are hitting 270, and that's kind of dropped here since the last time we did our Chihuahua check-in. Okay. Now, you know that we follow this guy named Chase Bowen. Now, he's the home run hitter, and we had been following him, Chase, and he got called up to the San Diego Padres, and he's got called up about a week ago, and with the Padres. He's been at bat 21 times at bat. He's hitting, and he's had 2 stolen bases. He scored 3 runs, and he's had 3 hits, and he's hitting 143.
That's
So
all right.
if he's only hitting 143, but he's had 2 stolen bases. So once he gets on base, he's hustling.
Well,
He's hustling.
how many walks you think he had? Because
I
that's
I forgot to look that up. I
yeah,
forgot to look
because
that up.
all the main thing is for the batters to get on base, whether you get hit by a pitch, you
Yeah.
walk, or by golly, you hit the baseball.
Yeah, you
But
hit the baseball. Yeah.
they,
So our guy Chase Bowen that we've been following in the Chihuahuas is now in the Padres and he's contributing. So they're doing
yeah,
okay. And the Padres are second in the National League West behind the Dodgers. So they're moving along. They're moving along. Now, you know that I was in El Paso and I went to a Chihuahuas game Here's my ticket right there. Okay. All right. And then I have my scorecard. All right. I was with some fraternity brothers and we went, had a suite. And I believe we have a video of that. TK here at the Chihuahuas game in El Paso, Texas. We're in the Hunt Company's box. Mike Hunt was my roommate in college in the fraternity, and here we go. And look at this. Look at this. The spread of food down here. Look at this, the bar, the seating. Here we go. All right. The field. Look at that. Unbelievable. A couple of my fraternity brothers here taking a look. Absolutely gorgeous. Go Chihuahuas. And I got my hat with me. Of course I do. All right. TK, we be funny.
Wow. That looks very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Now, I was the only brother there who was keeping score until we had too many cold ones or refreshments, I'll say. So I used fairly decent at keeping score, and I used the old Phil Rizzuto technique for certain plays. He had Phil, when I was living in New York City, Phil Rizzuto was great.
Oh, yeah,
man. What a terrific guy. I used the old Phil Rizzuto technique when I missed a play. I put down WW. WW. Wasn't watching. Oh, I had a great time, a great time. And then we have a video of what the field looked like. Okay. TK here at the Chihuahuas game. Look at the beautiful mountains there, the field, fans in the stands, the Chihuahuas playing the Sugarland Space Cowboys on a beautiful summer night in June. Doesn't get any better than this here in El Paso, Texas, my hometown.
Well, you know, that's a beautiful field. It really is. And
yes.
They manicure those things like no tomorrow.
And it's beautiful there with the mountains in the background.
Oh, yeah. That's the way to watch a game as long as it's not 110 degrees.
Yes, yes. And we're in a box, so you can close it on, off, and off. Just you can go here and there. Absolutely fantastic. And a very special situation happened. I met a man named Brad Taylor, who is the big cheese for the Chihuahuas. And we have a short video with him. TK, I'm at the El Paso Chihuahuas game, and guess who I found? This is Brad Taylor, and he's the big boss here for the Chihuahuas, and he's very interested in our podcast about the minor leagues, where hope lives with these players. So I'm going to get us all the information for him, and we're going to see if we can't make him a happy camper. How about that there, Brad?
Sounds good.
Okay. Go puppies, go Chihuahuas, go dogs.
Hey, you know, he looks like a cool guy. You know, you know what I'm saying? He is a cool kid. All his life, he's had that little panache, you know.
Yes, and he was quite impressed after I told him my story. Well, first off, I showed up with my Chihuahuas hat. I was ready. Okay, and then I had my stat sheet right here that of Chase Bowen and the wins and losses. And he kind of looked over and said, "Oh, okay, you're a fan." I said, "Yes." Well, hey, could we make a video because we'd like to convince you to do a happy camper interview? And he said, "Well, just get me all the information." I said, "I sure will." So
that's great. See, that just shows a sign of coolness. You know, he didn't say, "Oh, I can't do that," or "I gotta get permission." Yeah, man, just send it to me. We'll make it work. And, you know, if he can't make it, he'll probably have one of his assistants involved, which is fine because then we can make fun of Brad with the assistant.
No, I got the sense because he knew a couple of the fraternity brothers because, you know, those people who live in the town, they all know everybody. Even though El Paso is a big place, doesn't take, you live there 75 years, you know everybody.
Yeah.
Now, but anyway, a great guy, and hopefully he will become a happy camper for us because we are following the El Paso Chihuahuas. He's the big cheese, or the what do you call the big bad? I don't think he's the owner, but he's the big cheese.
He's the
He
big
runs.
cheese. He,
Yeah.
he's the one that gets fired when they lose. So whatever you want to call that,
Yeah, I don't think he's the manager, but anyway, he gets
general
fired.
manager. Yeah.
The general manager or something like that. So looking forward to talking with Brad Taylor. My short time with him was very enjoyable. Now, another thing that we had that happened out there in El Paso is I went to Top Golf, and this is the first time that I had a club in my hand in over 10 years. And I believe we have a video of me at teeing up. TK, I'm out here in beautiful El Paso, Texas. Take a look at these beautiful mountains here in El Paso, Texas. And I'm here at Top Golf with my fraternity brothers having a great time. And I'm going to show these guys how to play golf. Hole in one.
Well, Douglas, I'm glad to see that you're making an effort. I'm not going to say that you have a smooth swing. It looks more like a rusty gate, but I'm not a PGA professional. As long as the ball goes forward, no matter what type of swing you have, that's all that counts. But Doug, you might want to look in the mirror next time you swing a golf club so you can see what we're talking about.
Well, it's called more practice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What
Uh,
I was very proud of is that I was hitting it straight within the nets, and I wasn't slicing it off that way, which is usually because you're swinging at it like a baseball, getting a club through it. Anyway, first time in 10 years, had a lot of fun. The brothers were there, and of course,
Yeah, Top Golf is a fun place to go for really non-golfers or, people who want, play golf, but just want to hang with their buddies. They don't want to have to spend 4 hours, 5 hours on the course.
yes.
They just, go up there. They got great food. They got service. They got the clubs. So Top Golf's a lot of fun.
And I wish I remembered the name of the young gal who was working her way through college to be a nurse, and she was taking care of all 20 of us. That poor gal earned
Mhm.
her bucks, and she was taken care of. Oh, who knows? We broke two glasses, fell over. A tray of food went over like that. It was kind of embarrassing, but this young gal going to school to be a nurse, really sweet gal. We took care of her, the
Yeah, yeah,
correct
yeah,
way.
yeah.
She was running ragged, and that's why they had us all at the very end.
Mhm. Away from the American public, so no one gets any ideas of going, hey, look at those guys over there. I think that might be a fun thing to try.
No, it wasn't. Well, but anyway, I had a terrific time at Top Golf and also at the Chihuahuas game and doing this sports with you. It's
Yeah.
always good, TK. Always goes good. Play ball.
Aaron go brawl.